Hi there, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be making a puffy sleeve using an elastic band. So I'll be walking you through the process. So what you do first is to take your fabric, your desired amount of fabric. So I folded my fabric into four. As you can see, I folded my fabric into four. So I'm just going to go ahead to determine my length. So when adding your desired length for this sleeve, don't forget to add extra 2 inches for your elastic casing. So I'm going to be using 1.5 inches for my top elastic casing. I'm going to use the remaining half an inch to stitch the bottom of the sleeve, to hem the bottom of the sleeve. So after doing that, I went ahead to take my round sleeve measurement. So in this case, it depends on how puffy you want your sleeve to be. You can decide to double your round sleeve measurements on the fabric if you have enough fabric. So for this tutorial, I just added 4 inches extra to get that puffiness. I don't want mine too puffy, so that's what I did. And don't forget to add your 1/4 inch for stitching or half an inch for stitching, depending on what you want. So after cutting out the desired amount of fabric, placing my round sleeve measurements and my length measurement, so I went ahead to turn my casing for my elastic band. So just look at how I did mine in case you don't know how to turn a casing for elastic band. So after doing that, I went ahead to repeat the same process on the second sleeve, and I went to my machine and I stitched it down. So now I'm going to add my elastic band. I have two elastic bands here. I have a big one and a tiny one. So I'm going to use the big one to turn the upper part of the sleeve. So to determine your elastic measurements for your sleeve, what you are going to do is your upper round sleeve measurement, you divide it by 2 and you minus 1 inches away from your round sleeve. Your upper round sleeve measurement divided by 2 minus 1 inches. You are using an elastic band and it's going to stretch, so you don't have to use your exact amount of round sleeve. So I'm going to insert the elastic band into my casing using my safety pin. So after I was done turning in one end of the elastic band, I went ahead to use my office pin to stitch down that part so the elastic band doesn't run loose off the sleeve. So after doing that, I pin down the other side too, so as to secure the elastic band. So what I'm going to do is to repeat the same process on my second. So this is what we have. You can see it's giving the elasticity already. So what we're going to do now is to determine where we are going to place our other elastic. So for this sleeve, you can actually place this elastic on different parts of the sleeve depending on where you want the puffiness to be, and depending on how puffy you want it to be. You can place 4 elastic on the sleeve on various lengths of the sleeve depending on how you want yours to be. So now I'm placing mine on my elbow measurements. So I went ahead to mark out my elbow length measurements here. So after doing that, I'm taking my elastic band for my elbow round measurement. Don't forget to minus 1 from your round elbow measurement too. just as we did to the upper round sleeve measurement. So this is a very easy method actually. So what you just do is to place the elastic band on each part of the sleeve you want. To place this elastic band, you are using a different method from the method we used on the first for the first one. So what you do is to place your elastic band on the marks we made here. So after doing that, you run your sewing machine stitch on that elastic band from the tip. So to do that, you have to place the elastic band on the fabric like this. You have to stretch the elastic band and stitch on it, then you stretch it again like this, and you run your stitch on it, then you stretch it again like this, and you run your stitch on it, and you repeat the process on and on to the end. So that's the process you are going to repeat on other parts of the length. So this is what I have after I've finished doing this. So I actually wore mine like this as a normal sleeve upward like this, and I wore it as an off shoulder. So this is you can wear it in different alternative styles.